Have you ever found yourself lost in a whirlpool of confusing thoughts, unable to make a decision or see a situation clearly? If so, you're not alone. The good news is that Marcus Aurelius, one of the most respected Stoic philosophers, faced similar challenges and left us with invaluable wisdom on how to think more clearly. Today, we're diving into 5 transformative lessons from Marcus Aurelius on achieving mental clarity, honing your focus, and making decisions that align with your best self. First lesson: divide and conquer problems. Marcus Aurelius was no stranger to complex and multifaceted problems. He was the Roman emperor, after all. One of his guiding principles can be summarized in the Stoic idea: do not disturb yourself by picturing your life as a whole. Do what you can, and the rest will follow. Now, let's say you're confronted with a significant life decision, like choosing between 2 job offers or determining the right course of action in a complex relationship. The magnitude of such decisions can paralyze your thoughts, leaving you feeling overwhelmed and anxious. Here's where Marcus Aurelius's wisdom comes into play. Break down the problem into its constituent elements. Instead of seeing it as a colossal, insurmountable obstacle, dissect it into smaller, manageable parts. What are the pros and cons of each job offer? What values are most important to you in your relationship? By segmenting the problem, you accomplish 2 things. First, you make the issue less emotionally daunting, reducing stress and making it easier to focus. Second, you get to examine each piece independently, allowing you to understand the problem more deeply and make a more informed decision. Applying this divide and conquer approach can drastically change your mental landscape. It helps you achieve clarity by sidestepping emotional pitfalls and zeroing in on the facts that really matter. This first lesson sets the groundwork for all the other Stoic techniques we'll explore, so keep it in mind as we journey further into the Stoic art of clear thinking. Second lesson: eliminate emotional noise. Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Emotional noise can often be the biggest obstacle in our quest for clear thinking. Whether it's anger, fear, anxiety, or even excessive excitement, emotions can cloud our judgment and lead us astray. Imagine you're faced with a crucial decision at work that could affect the future of your project or team. If you're filled with anxiety about what could go wrong or anger toward a team member who has been less than cooperative, these emotions will impede your ability to think clearly and make rational choices. Here's where Stoic philosophy comes in handy. Focus on differentiating what's within your control from what isn't. Can you control a colleague's attitude? No. But you can control your emotional response to it, and in doing so, clear the path for more reasoned decision-making. The practical step here is to identify the emotional noise and consciously set it aside. This could mean taking deep breaths, stepping away from the situation momentarily, or even jotting down your thoughts to analyze them objectively. The goal is to minimize the emotional turbulence that's clouding your judgment. Once you've quelled the storm of emotions, you'll find that your cognitive horizon becomes much clearer. Decisions become easier to make, solutions more obvious, and the way forward less daunting. By mastering your emotions, you're not suppressing them. You're channeling them in a way that serves your higher Stoic goals of wisdom and virtue. Eliminating emotional noise doesn't mean becoming a robot devoid of feelings. Instead, it's about harnessing your emotional energy effectively, so it aids rather than hinders your ability to think clearly. Third lesson: question your assumptions. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane, Marcus Aurelius reminds us. One of the biggest barriers to clear thinking is the unexamined assumptions we carry with us. These can be social constructs, inherited beliefs, or even just old habits that have never been questioned. They can shape our decisions and perspectives in ways we're not even aware of, leading us away from rational thought and into the realm of bias and error. Let's take a real-world example. Suppose you've always believed that taking a high-paying job should be your ultimate career goal. You receive an offer for a lucrative position, but in a field that you're not passionate about. An unexamined assumption might lead you to accept this job without further thought, potentially setting you up for long-term dissatisfaction. To think clearly in this situation, you'd need to question the underlying assumption. Is a high salary really the most crucial factor in job satisfaction for you? What about job role, company culture, or work-life balance? Challenging your assumptions requires conscious effort. It means pausing to examine the beliefs driving your decisions. It's asking yourself why you think a certain way and whether that thought aligns with your broader Stoic principles of wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. When you make this kind of questioning a regular practice, you'll find that your ability to think clearly improves dramatically. You'll be less likely to make decisions based on faulty premises and more likely to act in accordance with reason and virtue. This, in essence, is what Stoic philosophy aims for, a life led by reason, unfettered by the misleading influence of unexamined assumptions. Fourth lesson, objectivity over subjectivity. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth, Marcus Aurelius cautioned us. This lesson serves as a vital reminder in our quest for clear, unbiased thinking. In a world bombarded with information, opinions, and ever-shifting paradigms, maintaining an objective viewpoint is both challenging and crucial. Consider this scenario. You're part of a team working on a new product, and progress has been slow. Frustration mounts, and soon everyone is quick to point fingers and lay blame. In such emotionally charged situations, it's easy to become subjective, allowing personal biases or emotions to color your judgment. However, to resolve the issue effectively and harmoniously, an objective approach is required. Objectivity involves evaluating the situation based on factual evidence, independent of personal feelings or prejudices. What are the actual metrics? What does the data say? Are there logistical or technical hindrances that are the real culprits behind the delays? By approaching problems with an objective lens, you create a space where rational discourse can thrive. Instead of a blame game, the conversation shifts to constructive problem solving. You start to see the issue as it is, not as your emotions paint it to be. This is the essence of Stoic philosophy, aligning your actions and thoughts with objective reality, rather than being swayed by subjective perceptions. Objectivity isn't just beneficial in crisis management. It's a skill that can be applied in all facets of life for clearer thinking. Whether you're making a significant life decision or simply choosing how to spend your day, an objective approach grounded in Stoic wisdom can be incredibly enlightening and liberating. Last lesson, embrace the Socratic method. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing, Socrates famously said. Although Socrates was not a Stoic, his method of questioning and critical thinking heavily influenced Stoic philosophers, including Marcus Aurelius. Embracing the Socratic method involves adopting a mindset of intellectual humility and active inquiry, both critical for clear thinking. Imagine you're at a team meeting and a proposal for a new project is on the table. Everyone seems to be in agreement, but something doesn't feel right to you. Rather than going along with the consensus, you employ the Socratic method by asking probing questions. Have we considered the financial implications? What data supports this approach? Are there alternative methods we haven't explored? By doing this, you're not just questioning the proposal, you're compelling everyone to think more deeply and critically about the situation. This method shifts the discussion from superficial agreement to in-depth analysis, elevating the quality of the decision-making process. The Socratic method encourages us not to accept ideas at face value, but to dissect them, explore their foundations, and evaluate their merit. It's about active engagement with our thoughts and the ideas presented to us. It's asking the why and the how, not just the what. This is not about being confrontational or skeptical for the sake of skepticism. It's about cultivating a nuanced understanding of the world around us, enhancing our ability to think clearly and make sound judgments. By consistently applying this method, you'll foster an environment, both internally and externally, where reason triumphs over impulsivity and clarity over confusion. Final thoughts. Remember, the Stoic journey is not a sprint, but a marathon. These lessons are not one-time fixes. They are practices to incorporate into your daily life. The more you engage with these Stoic principles, the clearer your thinking will become, leading you to a life of wisdom, virtue, and happiness. We are creating a vibrant Stoic community right here, and your insights and experiences can greatly contribute to it. So feel free to share your thoughts, stories, or challenges in the comments below. Let's grow and learn together in this exciting Stoic journey. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss out on upcoming videos that will continue to empower you in mastering the Stoic way of life.